Hello again. In this video, I want to cover a few important links. This can be used as an addendum to the three other videos that I've made regarding installation of Opensuse Tumbleweed, what to do after, and also a video explaining the different types of packaging systems that are available. The first one that I wanted to cover was the Opensuse Wiki website. It has a wealth of information regarding the Tumbleweed operating system itself, and it also covers some of the things I've already covered in the other videos like NVIDIA graphics driver installation, basic troubleshooting, installation of media codecs, system setting updates using YaST or Cockpit. All of these are available here. As I said, there's a wealth of information here. You can go through it if you have any doubts. If you're stuck anywhere, this is generally the first place that you would look before you go to the OpenSUSE community forum. So next up is the community forum website. It's available in different languages, and as you can see, the different broad categories are available under each language. As I said, if I do not find a solution in the wiki, this is where I would generally come to. And if there's a unique issue which happens immediately after an update, this is where I would check. The general etiquette is before you start a new thread, best thing to do is look for the existing issue or existing topic available on maybe the first or the second page. Else, you can use the search bar and search for the particular topic before you start a new thread. So the community is quite proactive. As you can see, you may rarely have to file a bug report or even start a new topic before somebody else already has. Next up is the OpenSUSE software site. This is where I generally come to check for any particular application, what the current version is, whether an experimental package is available, and so on before I install it in Myrlyn. It's not required to use this site, but in case you're the impatient kind and want the latest version of the software from a factory repo, this is where you'd get it. You'll also find community built applications which I wouldn't recommend using because the support may not last that long. These may be pet projects and so on. But this is a good place to just check for the available software packages in the official repo. Apart from obviously Myrlyn, but this is where I think it's a user-friendly website where you can check. The next website is applicable for anybody with an NVIDIA graphics card. Stefan is, I think, the maintainer for the NVIDIA drivers on OpenSUSE. It's a very comprehensive guide explaining the different details regarding NVIDIA drivers for OpenSUSE, how to check your graphics card version and the compatible drivers and so on. All that information is available here. I've already made a video of how to install NVIDIA drivers. I think that's part 2 of the playlist. You can check that. But otherwise, if you want to read about it and if you want to go through it in detail, you can use this site. The next important link is not directly related to OpenSUSE. However, I think this is one of the most important documentation sites that's available, which is the Arch Linux Wiki. I think whichever distribution you're using, the Arch Linux Wiki has so much of valuable information with regards to individual components in Linux. There are troubleshooting steps, there are detailed explanations about particular items, and so on. I sometimes just generally browse here and take a look at it if I want to learn a little bit more about a particular concept in Linux. So I think this is a very valuable resource that you can refer to either in your spare time if you want to learn anything, or you can also use this for troubleshooting steps. OpenSUSE Tumbleweed is a rolling release distribution, which means you get relatively quicker updates. I use the openQA site to check what updates are there for a particular snapshot. So on this site, you can see the different builds that are there. If you want to see the changelog, you can click on the Snapshot changes link. The arrow essentially points to the latest snapshot. You'll have to click on the previous day's snapshot to see what changes are there. The one with the arrow pointing to it usually would be blank. You can refer to the version number changes. It's in the reverse order here, but you get to see the different packages that are scheduled to be updated in the most recent snapshot. I use this sometimes to check if there are updates to the NVIDIA driver or if there's a new kernel, just to make sure whether I need to hold off on the update or not. If you do not see a version number next to an application, it means that it's a rebuild. So there's no version upgrade, but there may be some minor changes made to it. I'm going back to the Opensuse Wiki, where there is a section on how to submit bug reports. You can refer to this page in case you've been requested by a community member to submit a bug report, or if you're absolutely certain that you need to submit a bug report. This page provides you details of where to submit a bug report, what kind of information needs to go in the bug report, and so on. Finally, for Linux users, there are two websites that I would recommend. One is Phoronix. It's a very old website. I think this is aimed mostly at advanced users. However, you get some very good updates with regards to the kernel or any new applications or any distribution updates on this website. And the other is 9 to 5 Linux. There as well you get the latest updates on distributions, any new applications that are launched, any new versions that are available. These are two good websites that I rely on for any Linux news and updates. Thank you for watching the video. This may very well be the last one because my laptop's fan is broken. I'm planning to fix it on my own. If everything goes well, I'll see you in the next one.